Guys, we're about to go in here and get our first product. I'm excited. We're going to have Steve talk a little bit about supplementation. One of the opportunities life provides when you're surrounded by something is to invest from a business standpoint in better things. This is our step in bettering the dog community, bettering ourselves, and even more importantly, most importantly, bettering our dogs.
I like that.
I think we could do it.
I think you can do that.
I think I can sell all of these by next Friday, probably in 72 hours.
This afternoon, man.
I was gonna say, get it to him today.
Oh no, we're about to go crazy. One of my pups, we're gonna shoot lights out, man. Lights out. That's all I do. I mean, you see this?
I know. I see it all the time.
That's all we do, and it's happening, man. So, hey, what are the things they should look for when getting a supplement for the dog? Because in the bully community, I think dog community in general, they're like, hey, what supplements do you give the dog right away?
Yeah, man. I think it's very important to look at the ingredients and make sure you can pronounce what they are. If you can't pronounce them, then there's a good chance you don't need to be putting them in your body or your dog's body. So, with our pets, as it is with us, it's the same with our pets. And be careful on what preservatives are being used. I know a lot of products out there, especially liquid products, use propylene glycol as a preservative. That's the same stuff that's in antifreeze. And although in smaller doses, but building up over time, that's going to have an impact on your animal. So just be mindful of what you're feeding your pet. If you wouldn't eat it yourself, then it's probably a good idea not to give it to your dog.
Man, that is food for thought here. And the same thing in the fitness world, people. They used to ask me all the time, what supplements you take? I said, man, I just eat food, man. I don't have time to be giving a scoop, but the dog digestive systems works in about 10 feet long. As I said before, I'm going to do a whole story on who changed my views on supplementation. It was a woman who had gastric bypass surgery. So we'll talk some more later.
My mom and dad make that stuff, and so I had just sold that company like 3 weeks ago. I closed on it, but I sold.
You're the Gary Vee of trinkets.
I'm the Gary Vee of trinkets. So if you need like all that stuff, yeah. So I did that. And so what we did is we actually made a fishing lure earring in my dad's garage, and it was like 500 square foot garage, right? Yeah. There's dog shit on the ground, and like we had this idea, and we turned it into, when I sold it to my parents, my shares, we had 15 employees, and we're in over 3,000 stores. So we wholesaled 99% of our products. We only did about 1% online. So we would make everything in house too. We bought lasers, we had metal, wood, we had printers, sublimation stuff. And so what I did is I went around and got a whole bunch of sales reps that would sell the product, and then I'd pay them a commission. And so I traveled the whole country. And the funny thing is I worked a full-time job when I did this. So Monday through Friday, I'm working at a power company.
This is Gary Vee. This is Gary Vee of trinkets.
Saturday, Sunday, I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Vegas. I'm in Seattle, and I'm going to trade shows, and I'm training my sales reps.
But see, and that's the part that I don't think people understand. A guy made it, Manoj, guy who started 5 Hour Energy, he said, the Army would cease to exist if all the generals died, but soldiers can be replaced. So a guy like yourself, you say, let me go find me a couple generals. Yeah. He said, I have 12 generals that cover the whole U.S. I don't hire anybody else. There's not a bunch of salespeople at 5 Hour Energy. And we sell 1 million plus, almost 1 billion bottles a day. But we went and got the generals, and that alleviates you having to go and knock on every, and you just pay them well.
You do.
And then you grow, they grow this anything faster than you could on your own. And you got to make 1,000 phone calls. They're like, hey, and they're personable people. It makes life so much easier.
And they had the connections already.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what you said. Like, when you're answering those 200 personally, it goes so far. And that's what Gary Vee did, right? When he got started, he's messaging every single person, replying to every single tweet. Because when you connect with people, you create that trust. And that's when people buy.
And I send voice memo. That's what I say. Message on Instagram. So they hear me. They go, oh, man, you took this time. I say, hey, man, you're asking about your dog. That's what this is about. If I opened up the door, I lend myself to social media. I didn't get it at first. Well, I did. I didn't want to be bothered. But I said, well, you have to be social. Not that I want to, but you have to be it. If I can help, I'm here to help.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. So we need trinkets. We know who to call.
Yeah, if you need stuff, I can hook you up.
So scaling businesses is your primary.
Coming in and working on the operation side, figuring out marketing, sales. So, like, it's funny. Like, I just talked to this with my wife last night. I'm either working at the highest level in the company, or I'm doing what you saw when I came in at the lowest. The middle, I'm not that great at. I'm either high thinking or I'm no thinking. That's my skill set.
Hey, at least you know where you stand.
I know where I stand.
Oh man.
So
it is why dog stuff though? Like this is outside of you coming from the trinket space. Like you went right into supplementation. What made you want to come down this road?
I go to church with Steve,
Okay.
and and we connect a lot on a lot of like life stuff.
Yeah.
And he wanted to scale this thing, and so I was like, I know what to do. I've already done it in a different industry, and I was like, I came in, I'm like, I can see the systems that need to be created. Because at the end of the day, a business, if you don't have systems in place, it doesn't go anywhere.
That's why I like the prophet so much. He comes in and looks at the people, the process, and the product, and literally looks at the operations. People don't know how much operational damage they're causing to their business a lot of times because there's no systems in play.
Yeah. And then so once you get the system in play, though, you have to have the right people running it. So this is where I go, like, I think here or I think down here is there's a book called, I think it's Who Not What. So people try to figure out what they should do, but they should really figure out who should do it. So that's how you scale, is you get the right people in place and if they're in the wrong seats, then the business doesn't work and the system doesn't work.
That
So-
right there. I'm probably going to put this clip up on quite a few things because that's the part. Some people think that they have to lead or they need to be a leader. And even the guys who started Google, Sergey Page and Larry Brin, right? They brought in a 60-year-old CEO because they didn't know how to run a business.
Yeah.
So they could have killed Google early on if they were the young guys who were just coders but focused like, oh, we're going to do this. You're like, we don't really know what we're doing here. But if we get us a mentor per se and somebody to get us through the next 5-10 years, pay them well,
Yeah.
this could turn into something.
So I have another business and I'm very inactive in it. And it's great because I was just on a meeting yesterday and I had 4 employees on the call and me. And I was so proud because I didn't need to do anything. So that's when I feel successful, is when my team is doing everything. I love it. Like, they're actually mad when I interrupt and try to put my input in sometimes because they're like, hey, like, we got this. I'm like, good. I just want to make sure you got it, because if you empower people to do their jobs and then they take that ownership on, then they can really strive in that business. But if you micromanage too much and you try to like tell people everything what to do, they always come back looking to you for answers. So I have a business right now outside of this one that just runs without me. I check in, I'm like 2 meetings a week. And I got one person that just runs the business for me, and she just kind of leads it. And I'm so proud of her because that's success for me, right? If I get a business going and I'm not actively in it on a daily basis, and I have people that run it, so then I can come over here and help scale this one.
Hey, and I think I like everything that's happening. So I'm glad that you're here. And I don't know anything about this particular where they've been, where they at, but I'm so glad to have found some guys that are super invested in it. Here he is, man. Goodness gracious.
It's crazy today. It's always crazy.
Yeah. So get this so we can make sure we know what all's in here, man. Just so I can get it on camera.
Man, that thing's got whey protein. It's got beef broth protein. It's got papaya for digestion. It's got liver powder. It's got branched chain amino acids. I mean, it's power packed, man. You're gonna have to name one of your dogs the Hulk after you put him on this stuff.
Oh, that's perfect, man. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, it's
Well,
good stuff.
We've got some. So it begins, people. My Dog Subs Puppy Blocks. Link is gonna be up tonight. You can literally pre-order. There's only 200 of these things, and I got me a few for myself. So good luck. Stay tuned as always. Like, subscribe, share, and take care of your dogs. Here, you got it. You got it.